Hello everybody, welcome back. We're taking a look today at Flash, who's spawning here in the bottom right hand corner. His opponent Dashik in the top left. Got a little 2-game series here for you guys. So let's jump right in. Dashik. Maybe a few of you are not familiar with this guy. He's been around for a long time, as most Starcraft Broodwar players have. He is kind of active in the scene. He has joined a lot of the CKW, which is the China Korea Pro League, which I've been casting a bit on the channel. I'm actually going to be casting the next week of that very soon. It's been a while since I put out another one of those episodes, so I'm going to be going back to that soon. But he hasn't been active in ASL for a long time. He was most recently participating in that in ASL Season 14, so it's been a while. Still a strong Zerg player, but I am much more interested in Flash, as I'm sure most of you are as well, and what he's going to pull out. Cross-map Radion. He's been doing a lot of interesting builds lately. He's been doing some really fun stuff with Mech transitions, kind of bringing that back, trying that out against some of these strong Zergs. And so, of course, very interested to see what he has in store for us today. So far, just a 1 Rax fast expand, nothing out of the ordinary so far. And a 12 hatch here for Dashik. So we're going to get a nice standard game, at least at the start. SCV at full HP. We hanging out in this main. It'll take some time to chase that down. Very, very good at keeping this little guy alive. Flash is not going to take any unnecessary damage on that, as the longer you keep this inside the main, the better chances you have of predicting what the Zerg player is going to be doing. So just needs to keep it alive a little bit longer, and he will be able to see the eventual addition of whatever tech is coming from Dashik, probably a Spire. That engineering bay just finishes up, and this is perfect. You know, Dashik took a long time to get his units over to the front of Flash's base, so he was a little bit worried that there might be a mech play coming out of him, maybe some vultures coming across the map, 1-on-1, something like that. But this is just pure greed from Flash. 1 Rax fast expand right into eBay, +1 on the way. He's hasn't really built that many Marines. You know, usually, or we see really popular these days is to move out with early group of like 5-6 Marines and try to put some early pressure on, but he's not even done that. He's not even built those Marines. So he's got a very small contingent of Marines just holding this wall. And he's going to be going into barracks, maybe even, you know, 3 barracks here on the high ground. We'll see how many he decides to add on, but he's kept this SCV alive for a very long time. One thing I can say for Dashik is he didn't build that many Lings, and he's got his 3rd base on the way. With the positioning of this 3rd base, it's starting to look like he may be angling towards a Hydralis Defiler build. Hydralis Defiler on this map, it can be good, can be reasonable. Put a couple of sunken colonies up here on the high ground. It's pretty hard to break Dashik here before he really gets his tech online. Pretty easy to defend this position, and Flash is not going to put on any pressure until at least the Mutalisks are out, as +1 armor on the way. They'll be looking to fight that Marine medic group. The attack upgrade is much more useful for taking out turrets and actually pounding the base, but when you're going to be taking damage from Marines, that armor upgrade is super effective. Bunker at that front. Pretty nice little wall from Flash. Be hard to run anything by that. But he could pretty easily dive on the bunker. That's something we see Solky do a lot. Come in with that first group of Marines and When he's got enough mutas, or sorry, first group of lings, and when he's got enough mutas, just dive on that bunker and then open up the position. Makes it way more uncomfortable for the Terran player once that bunker is gone. I'm gonna start to mine on the 3rd, and he has the Queen's Nest on the way already. You know what? Maybe this is a Guardian play, because oh, whoa, 2 queens on the way. Holy, okay, this is interesting. I was thinking maybe a Guardian play because he started the Queen's Nest about the time you want to if you're going to be making a Guardian, but he doesn't start the Hive. Instead, gonna go for Ensnare and 2 queens. So interesting. I really thought he would start Hive. No matter what, queens are not like a final solution to the Terran problem. That sounded kind of bad, but we'll leave it in. It's not really a long-term solution is what I meant to say. Queens are just going to give you like one opportunity to wipe out the bio. If you get a bunch of ensnares and then you dive on top of this with mutas and lings, you might be able to win one fight, but that's not going to transition you into a better position late game. Hive is what you really need. And whatever tech you decide to go with that is going to be very important here. Has the energy for Ensnare. Is it time to attempt this play? Ensnare on the bio forces. Another rally coming out from Flash. He's almost got +1 armor as well as the attack. Here comes that first Ensnare. Beautiful Ensnare there. Gonna come in and try to fight a little bit with these Marines now. They're much slower. Their attack speed, it basically removes stim. The effectiveness of stim is completely removed with that Ensnare. More and more mutas being made, continuing to just pump out mutas. There's the Greater Spire, and he is going to be going for Guardians. Another Ensnare right in the middle of this bio group would be amazing. There we go, gets it. And he's going to try and blast down these Marines over at the front. Here comes the Hydralisk as well. Whoa, I didn't even see the Hydralisk den on the way. Maybe it was done already and he just started Hydras and speed at the same time. Kind of funny. A couple of Valkyries are being made. I'm pretty sure that Flash is well aware of what's going on here from Dashik. Can he make it work? Can Dashik get over here and actually make this play useful? He's pumping out a bunch of Hydras. Those would be very helpful in dealing with the Valkyries, but I think we're gonna get to 4, maybe even 6 Valkyries before he can get enough Guardians out on the map and into position to fight the army and to push back Flash. Just diving on top of some of these Marines, dealing a lot of damage. Here comes the first 2 Valks. They're going to spread that damage onto the mutas. He's not too worried about taking some extra damage on these mutas because he's going to morph those into Guardians soon anyway. Okay, Guardians over here. By the natural, pulling back the Overlords as well. I guess he's not going to morph these ones. Instead of morphing these ones over here. A lot more Hydras coming out. Range is almost done. This play is almost ready. It's 10 minutes in. This is about the timing when you need to have this play come into effect. The Guardians are not going to be too useful as time goes on. 3rd Valkyrie makes this, or 4th Valkyrie makes his way to the front. In fact, the 3rd Valkyrie ended up dying there to some of those Mutalisks. Now the Hydra's coming forward with these. Oh, we've even got a Devourer in the mix as well. He's got to target down the Valkyries. What are we doing? He's not targeting down the Valkyries. And the Guardians are going to get cleaned up eventually by these Valks. Yeah, he's dealing quite a bit of damage to that. He loses all the Hydras. This is kind of poorly done by Dashik, unfortunately. He does kill off all of the Valkyries. He's going to make a couple more Guardians. He's also got Lurker upgrade on the way. More Hydras are popping out. He's going to try and push this again, try to push the issue. But I'm a bit afraid for him. He lost so much. And this is an all-in play. You cannot transition out of this. He has to go across the map and actually kill right now. Meanwhile, Flash is moving a bio group out on the map. He wants to maybe go around. Come to the natural, perhaps. Start to kill the economy. Catch a bunch of Hydras popping out. That's a great way to try and win from here. 2 more Valkyries on the way. He's going to be back up to 4 in a moment. Here comes that Marine medic group heading up towards this natural. He scans. He sees the army is moving forward. He knows that he can get in here and do a whole bunch of damage. This is maybe going to be the most impactful part of this game. Is this counterattack that's coming from Flash. I'm going to picture it while we deal with this army making its way into the front. 2 tanks on the high ground is amazing, cleaning up a lot of these Hydras, but they will both fall. And, I mean, these Valkyries have a lot of acid spores on them. That makes them take a lot more damage. The Guardians are pushing in, breaking this natural, but back at home, Flash has made his way through the natural. He's into the main now, and he's killing off bases there. He's going to kill off all of the economy and tech of Dashik. He's got 1 base left. I can't believe he's not building a bunch of... Oh, he's building Lurker there. That's not a bad idea, actually. Build some Lurkers for the defense of that 3rd. He needs to keep at least 1 base alive. Otherwise, he could be eliminated. But I think it's just a matter of time for Flash to eventually put together enough of a defense to hold this completely. He's going to pull back the Hydras, try to keep them alive as long as possible. Valkyries, 3 of them just bashing away at these Guardians. They have a lot of armor, but the Hydras are not killing them, these Valkyries, fast enough. They're getting their damage, and eventually we will have more Marines come out, and Dashik will just fall apart. This has been an excellent hold from Flash. Can he actually get the get the command center? Go. Oh my god, get the command center. No. He's not gonna get the command center. Some Lurkers did pop out there at the end. I think I'll have those in a picture what ended up happening with the bio group that was in the main base, but Flash cleans out everything in the main. It really all came down to that 1 bio group moving out on the map. Such a good heads up play from Flash, realizing that, you know, he delayed the Guardians, but that army was still looking extremely scary. And if he just sat back with that small Marine group in his natural and tried to fight the Guardians and Hydras that were coming in, all of that would have died. And we might have seen, you know, Lurkers come up and just seal the deal for Dashik. That 1 group getting out on the map changed this entire game and brought Flash to an inevitable victory. Excellent. Again, heads up play from Flash. Let's jump into game number 2. See if Dashik, I mean, this was a good play by him. It really did seem scary, if not for that counter attack. See if he's got something else for us. Maybe try to take down Flash here. Okay, game number 2 with Flash spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Dashik over here in the top left on Minstrel, with a wall getting set up. Flash not going to get punished, it seems, for this quick wall. We've seen that it even 6 pool doesn't work very well against a wall in on this map in particular, because if you pull 1 SCV to go and check if lings are coming, and then you bring all your workers to the wall, you can easily hold that even with the wall. But I don't think that Flash is going for a standard 1 Rax FE. He's actually going to be throwing down a CC first. Oh boy, that would definitely get punished by a 6 pool for sure. But this is calculated. Flash knows this is a 2-player map. Unlikely that his opponent will go for a 6 pool when it can be so easily scouted, and once the lings are spotted, held. And so, you know, he will just get this very fast command center down. You can see Not too happy about it, Dashik. Had a struggle in that last game, and now, well, he's going to be going up against CC first. Flash with CC first is a scary, scary beast. He's sending out one SCV to go get the scouting information, see how many lings are going to be made to maybe try and punish this. It's not going to be possible to punish, though, with the wall in, and Marine's going to be coming out soon. This drone is doing his best to equalize a little bit some of this disadvantage by dealing some damage to these early SCVs and trying to force more off the line. He sees the gas geyser on the way, and it's likely going to be a mech game, I think. I'm not 100% on that, guys, but I'm feeling some mech right now. I feel like Flash is going to pull it out. And Flash CC first into mech is one of the most disgusting things you've ever seen in your life. It is so frightening. It feels incredibly broken, the way that he does it. And yeah, there it is. Factory on the way. Oh my goodness. Dashik, I feel bad for this guy, man. He is about to deal with something that few Zergs have any hope of actually taking on. I feel like if Sulky ever has a series versus Flash, and I certainly hope that we eventually get that, I think that we're going to see Sulky pull out some 4 pools or 6 pools, something like that, just to punish and make sure that Flash doesn't go for a build like this. It's just so scary what he can do. Then again, you know what? Sulky has never shied away from playing from behind. He's always been pretty comfortable playing from a deficit, it seems. And so maybe he won't worry about it at all. Maybe he'll just be like, okay, fine, you get your CC first. I'll take you out in the later game. Not a big deal. You can see it. The Overlord over the Natural hasn't quite sussed out that this is a mech play just yet. He should know, considering that there's, you know, just 2 Marines here. But he can't quite see. Okay, he can see this, and he sees the Vulture now. Now he's going to be panicking a little bit. Yeah, time to panic. Where's the sunken colony? It's very, very late. And so he's going to throw that down. Vulture's going through the middle of the map. He's going to loop around and try to run in, I think. I believe that he actually needs those lings back at home to stop the Vulture. Like, what are we doing? This Vulture's going to run by. Oh, okay. He's going to pull the drones. All right, the Vulture does not run by. He thought that this sunken was about to finish. Lings are going to run by, though. No hesitation there. Running straight by up into this main base. Vulture's actually heading back home. And Mutas are going to be on the way now. +1/+1. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Here it is. Flash. We haven't seen this for a while, but I knew that he had it in his back pocket. This is patented Flash technology. The CC first into double armory play. It is... Only Flash does this. And it shouldn't actually work. It really shouldn't, but somehow it does. It somehow works just because it's Flash. He's able to pull this off. He's going to make a ton of Goliaths, just keep himself safe. And eventually, as these upgrades start to get close to finishing, he's going to throw down a science facility. First a starport, of course, but then a science facility, and he's going to get his upgrades really kicking. And we're going to see, like, the fastest 2-2 you've ever seen mech play in your life. This is going to be wild. I'm so glad that we got this game. Because, like I said, we haven't seen this for a really long time. I think it was just when Flash was coming back to the ladder and he wasn't fully confirmed as being back. He was just kind of playing here and there on the ladder and not really making any announcements yet. We saw him play this exact build against, I actually can't remember who. But it absolutely smashes. It is so scary once it gets online. This is the only point in the build that it's possible, really, to break it open, is when the Goliath count is very low and the upgrades haven't kicked in yet. But once the upgrades kick in and all of the factories start to come out, they go up to 5, 6 factory. It is so incredibly scary. We've got +1 on the way. Hydra Den is done. He actually needs to start making queens pretty soon. Like, you need something special. You need you need an ace in the hole as the Zerg player here. He's done no damage to the SCV line. We're at 55 workers. He's actually still making workers, which is kind of funny. I don't think you need that many workers right now, Flash, but he's going to start to add on those factories, going up to 5 factory pretty quickly. Starts a command center at the edge of the base. That's a bit of a risky command center to take. It's not on location, but this is pretty easy for Mutas to snipe, and that's why he's keeping the Goliath so close to this SCV, just hoping that it won't get killed. Some vultures running around the top side, some vultures running around the bottom side. Classic misdirection here from Flash. He's just going to keep running away from these Mutas and hopefully get in and deal a little bit of damage. Hydras are out though, and they're going to be chilling on this high ground. The moment that the vultures run in, most of those will just get wrecked. 1 drone goes down. It is a +1 vulture, so 2 drones go down, 2-shotting each of those drones. A lot of Hydras are on the map, but I do not see any Queen's Nest. And tanks are going to be popping out here soon. Only 4 factories, a 5th on the way finally. And Dashik has put together a pretty sizable army to maybe... Oh, whoa. Vulture's getting in. Kind of missed that. 1 drone goes down. A 2nd drone going to fall. And a 3rd, it looks like. Very good control there from Flash to get the maximum amount of damage possible with just those few vultures sent out on the map. These ones are not going to fare so well, but that's okay. Queen's Nest is coming up now back at home. He will be going into Queens here, no doubt. No real point in going into Hive in a situation like this, even though Lurker plus, Dark Swarm is insanely good. It's only going to get you so far against this many tanks. The command center floating out is going to be in a bit of an awkward position. Here comes some units from either side. He's going to try and dive on the tank. Focusing down the tank with the Mutas is not going to work too well. And look at Flash just dominate this fight. Oh my goodness. A couple of tanks did go down, but that was an easy victory. Even though Dashik had been building so many Hydras and he hasn't yet saturated his 4th fully. So he's really focused on maybe slowing down that 3rd base a bit. That did not work well in his favor. And look at how fast this 2-2. We're at 11 minutes in. It's almost 2-2 mech army for Flash. That is crazy fast. Crazy fast. Change this guy's name to Speed. It's going to be 10 minutes speed here coming up. This Flash is just crazy. I mean, inventing a new build in front of our eyes, and Dashik just struggling to find a way to actually beat this. Queen's Nest is done. He is going to go Hive. That is interesting. What is he going to do with Hive? I mean, he's got Mutalus on the way. 11 Mutas are going to pop out here soon. He's going to finish this +1 attack as well as armor, I think. Wait, where are all these Mutas? I'm missing them. Okay, there we go. +1/+1. Okay, so he's got +1/+1. But again, 2-2 is done. 3-3 is on the way. You're not going to beat these upgrades. You need something else here, Dashik, or you're just going to get bowled over. Flash is rapidly approaching max. And he's thinking about adding on even more factories back at home. He's got his 3rd gas on the line. And yeah, he is just going to max and push. With 2-2 as 3-3 is finishing. And I cannot imagine a world where Dashik holds, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if he can pull something out. Maybe get an amazing surround. I just don't even think that's going to work. The upgrades are unmanageable at this point. Diving all the way into the back. He's going to go after an armory, but I don't know. Even if he kills this armory, like what kind of impact is that going to have in the overall game? Losing all of these mutas is brutal. He lost so many mutas there. That was 2 full groups. He lost a full group of mutas to kill that one armory and nothing else. He didn't kill the armory in the main base. These 2 turrets were kind of covering it. And so, I mean, we're still going to have +3. Flash is not going to have his, 15-minute 3-3, but he's still going to have +3 attack at 15 minutes, and +2 armor is done as well. So it's a scary position, no doubt. The army is just heading along the southern path while some reinforcements are going to clear up this attack that's coming into his base. He's already moved into position. Hydras are clearing out an egg over here, but I don't know. Tanks are set up. He's gonna drive these Hydras back away from his forces. Hydra's trying to kill that egg. They're finally gonna kill it. He dives on top of some of these tanks. These 3 Goliaths are actually gonna push back all of the mutas. And what do we have? 8 mutas on the way. Is there a possibility there's not gonna be enough Goliaths and he can actually take out this whole army? Does it even matter though? 3 base to 3 base. Flash with insane economy and just incredible upgrades. There should be no way to win with the same number of bases as Zerg. It's just not going to happen. Well, he's going to catch tanks moving through the mineral patches here, which is kind of awkward. Unfortunately, all the Hydras on the top side are not going to be able to engage with this fight, which is not optimal, but the mutas are going to clear out everything. Army making its way over towards the natural at the same time, though. Maybe he can bring these Hydras to bear once this army is cleared and potentially take out this next force, but I mean, even after clearing all this, still 40 supply behind is Dashik. Here he comes, diving on top of this army. He's doing a very good job controlling his forces and continuing to macro behind all this. He's only got 41 drones left to the 72 SCVs. By the way, another base has come up and another base is going up in the top right. Flash is rapidly expanding out onto this map, and back at home, I mean, he's got plenty to defend this as well. Muted number is super low, and we've got 2 tanks with this force, so maybe he can stop this base from being built, but I highly doubt it. It's crazy, but Flash is going to get up to 5 bases now, and really Dashik is, I mean, he's dead. There's nothing you can do. You're so far behind. I'm laughing because I don't want to cry. It's so rough. It is so rough for Dashik right now. This strategy is nigh unbeatable. It's crazy how strong Flash is with this build. Like I said, there are a few moments of weakness, mainly when you're just starting both of your upgrades and you don't have that many Goliaths back at home, but Dashik was not optimized to take full advantage of that, to just dive in and try to kill or take over the main or the natural. And now Flash is, I mean, he's complete. He has everything he needs. Even if Dashik had every other base on the map, Flash with 5 bases and 3/3 upgrades, he would not lose this game. And Dashik does not have every other base on the map, just to be clear. He is nowhere close to that. He is just now trying to saturate his 5th base, or his 4th base, excuse me, his 4th. And Flash is saturating his 5th, diving up here onto the high ground, trying to take a trade, completely surrounded and cut off. These Hydras behind enemy lines are going to get annihilated. Absolutely annihilated. Some Hydras make their way into the third base, maybe kill off an SCV or two, but there's still 72 SCVs on the side of Flash. He's moving out with 172 supply. His army is split, but doesn't even matter. These Goliaths are insanely powerful. This is 2-0 on these Hydras, and it's about to be 3-3 with 3-2 already done. Flash gonna move into the middle of the map, just cut off these reinforcements, prevent them from coming up and slowing down his bases any further. He can set up tanks on the other side of these mineral patches, but what's the point of even doing that? Just go for the throat. Head directly over towards the natural, and GG is called. Dashik taps out. What an incredibly strong build that Flash has shown us here today. Once again, giving us a glimpse into the just unbearably strong double upgrade after CC mech play. Absolutely insane. I cannot wait to see Solkey try to fight this. I don't know how you beat it. It's crazy. I mean, if anyone could do it, obviously it's Solkey, but I just can't imagine how. There must be some sort of timing that you can get in there with mutas, like I said, right around the time when those upgrades are starting, but it just feels so impossible. Because, like, if you tried to do this, for instance, guys, you try to go for double armory play off of a 1 Rax fast expand, you're just not gonna have the Goliaths out in time because you just don't have the money to get these factories up. But Flash, with the CC, he's just calculated it so perfectly that he gets the CC first. He knows that he'll just barely have enough Goliaths with the turrets. He's got the money to make all of those defenses and hold on, and then get up into just this indomitable force, this insane late game with only 1 point of weakness. I really can't wait to see what Solkey makes of this and whether or not he's able to beat it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this quick cast. Only 2 games, unfortunately, but I'll be casting everything that comes out of Flash. Anytime we get a Flash game, it'll be up here on the channel as soon as I can get to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.